Thank you for joining me again, Richard Landis, as we explore the history of Chambersburg. Just down the street from the old jail, we'll come to our next stop, the Mary Ritner boarding house, built in 1859. It was a common two-story home of its time. Mary Ritner owned the home and allowed tenants to stay in the home for long periods of time. One such man to stay in October of 1859 would be called Isaac Smith, an iron prospector who was looking to make his fortune in the iron works in the area, such as the famous Thaddeus Stevens Iron Works. The Cumberland Valley Railroad would bring supplies marked as mining equipment for months for Mr. Smith. However, Mr. Smith would meet with a famous man, Frederick Douglass, to discuss the ideas he had on the southern end of town. These ideas would be the raid on Harper's Ferry. Mr. Smith was in fact John Brown, the abolitionist, renowned for his actions in Bleeding, Kansas. Brown was using Chambersburg's warehouses and its connections to the train network to stockpile weapons and supplies for his fateful raid. As Frederick Douglass warned John Brown, his raid would end in failure. Two men who would be in charge of his capture would be Jeb Stuart and Robert E. Lee. Both men would later come to Chambersburg and burn the town's warehouses, the very same ones Brown used, to the ground. In 1862, General Lee would order Jeb Stuart to attack Chambersburg's warehouses and railroad. In a twist of fate, just a stone's throw from where Jeb Stuart most likely stood before he gave the order to burn down the warehouses, would be the very house Brown stayed, where he stockpiled weapons, the very same warehouses being put to the torch. Today, Mary Ritner's boarding home, or the John Brown House, is a museum and is highly encouraged to come see what a period home would look like and learn more about the martyr John Brown. Links to information on the home in the video description below. Next time, we'll be walking a path of fire as we discuss the burning of Chambersburg and its third attack.